Disappearances and killings happen around the world at a blink's notice. Although most come with a rational explanation of the events that transpired, some are shrouded with more mystery. Today, we take a dive into the unknown and dig deeper into some of these cases that left us with more questions than answers, such as the story of Antonio Villas Boas. It all started when Antonio, a farmer with little education, was going about his daily schedule when he was interrupted by odd humanoids not of this world. Appearing to be 5 foot or shorter, they stepped out of the aircraft. Antonio mentioned their heads looked like they were wearing helmets, very abnormal compared to the shape of a human head. Startled and shaken up by the unfamiliar beings, he attempted to drive his tractor away from them but failed. Although it worked previously, it refused to start back up, so he was unable to escape from the eerie creatures. Resultantly, he was caught in the aliens' clutches and was abducted. Once aboard the craft, he was led through an unusual door with red symbols on it that he proclaimed he memorized. Afterwards, he was stripped of his clothing and lathered in a clear liquid. Weirdly, the liquid started to make him shiver once it dried up. In addition to the meeting with the aliens, he also encountered a humanoid lady on the craft. The encounter happened after he was put in a room where gas seemed to be leaking out of the walls, making him feel ill. After an unknown amount of time in the room, the lady entered the room naked, with long white hair and red flaming pubic hair. She assertively initiated passionately hugging, making her intentions known. She wanted to create an alien-human hybrid to raise. He was later returned back to Earth after the encounter with the strange lady. He noticed that he had burns all over his body, later identified as radiation burns, but had no idea how he got them. Several years went by until Antonio reported his story, which soared in popularity among the media and news. While many paranormal believers thought his story was true, other civilians questioned the legitimacy of his story. One reason they doubted his story is because of his contradictions regarding the aircraft and aliens. In his recounting of the story, he described the aliens as advanced creatures, yet they used rope ladders on the aircraft, which would be very unconventional. Also, his sketch of the aircraft resembled the popular model of Sputnik 1, the first artificial Earth satellite, launched and created by the Soviet Union. Subsequently, this discovery spread the uncertainty on if the story was false or made up. However, many came to his defense, some saying he wasn't creative or intelligent enough to invent the story. Countering that, though, Antonio wasn't a common farmer. In fact, he went on to become a lawyer in his city. He was also very imaginative, too, proceeding to create models of the aircraft he had seen during that event, disproving everyone who had insulted his mind. In addition, a more credible defense was that he got examined by a doctor who verified that he had been exposed to a strong dose of radiation. The doctor, Olavo Fontes of the National School of Medicine of Brazil, was also in contact with a UFO researcher group called APRO, standing for Aerial Phenomenon Research Organization. The doctor even showed that the radiation was so bad it caused him to suffer from a mild radiation disorder, thus caused him to develop headaches, nausea, and lesions on the skin shortly after the encounter. In conclusion, Antonio Villas Boas, a farmer in Brazil, believes he experienced an alien abduction in 1957. While many believe it was a hoax inspired by other extraterrestrial phenomena that was reported around that time, Antonio never strayed from his story. Insisting it was the truth and gathering many on his side, he stood his ground against other citizens' doubts. With evidence on both sides of the argument, do you believe it was a hoax or a visit from the unexplained aliens? Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions below about where you stand on the legitimacy of today's story. Also, if you have been enjoying my videos so far, turn post notifications on so you won't miss my next upload. Stay safe and don't passionately hug odd strangers anytime soon. Good night.